My dear fellow Indians, do you know that recently your country surpassed the United Kingdom to become the fifth largest economy in the world? You know this? Yes? Woohoo! That's where you live in. That's your identity. Think about that. The fifth largest economy in the world. And we only just started. We only just started with this accelerated growth. In your lifetime, you're going to see exciting things happen in this country. Yes or no? I know some of you might not fully agree with that statement, but I do. I got to be a believer. I'm a believer. You have to be a believer. If you have a choice to be an optimist or a pessimist, be an optimist. Good things are going to happen here. What was Ranveer Singh's song from that movie? Apna time. Apna time. I've changed that a little bit. It's now Apna time. Aa gaya. Apna time. Well, it would be an injustice if person is always living saying this, no? Apna time aayega, apna time aayega. It's always in the future. Aayega, kabhi to aayega. Apna time aa gaya. It's right here, right now. You got to believe that as soon as I step out of this school, as I go to college, as I earn my degrees, as I launch my business or I take over my family business, it's going to be a new world. That's what you have to believe in. Okay? McKinsey CEO Bob Sternfels, he said, this won't just be India's decade, it will be India's century. Think about that. Not just India's decade, but India's century. I hope you all live long and we all score a century and we get to see tremendous progress happening here. So, because this segment is about career guidance and career development, it's important I tell you where you are, what your playground is. Before we talk about the game, we should talk about the playground. Why is it important to mention that? Because before you want to get better at the game, you should know what the rules of the game are, what the playground is like, what the competitors are like, etc. So career, having a successful career, launching a successful business is like a game, right? So you should know who you are, where you stand, what your competition is. You're going to be, even your domestic market, think about that. If you launch a business today and put it on e-commerce, the whole country is your potential market, even for domestic shipments. That's huge. The numbers are mind-boggling. We have some of the biggest middle class on this planet. India has done a remarkable job lifting people out of poverty, bringing them into the middle class. The middle class is spending more money than ever before, fueling our growth, fueling all that we see around us. So good times are ahead. Why is this important? Because growth brings opportunities. Especially growth brings new opportunities. You with me? 20 years ago, 30 years ago, career choices were very few. Either I join my dad's factory or his business, or I become a doctor, or I become an engineer, or a lawyer or a chartered accountant, right? There were very select opportunities. A good role would be to find a government job, right? A lot of people wanted a government job because they didn't have to work at a government job. Now that's changing too, right? There is more accountability. There is more responsibility. You have to work hard. You cannot escape that. What's important is, how many of you want to grab new opportunities? You'll need, in order to grab new opportunities, you will need a new mindset. Old mindset is not sufficient to grab new opportunities. You understand this? Let's say you play. Remember this game that we just played, right? Guys on YouTube, you will not understand which game we played. For that, you have to come to one of my live programs. But we played a game here. And remember how quickly the rules were changing, right? And what did you do? You have to reinvent yourself every single time. You have to adapt. Same way, when the opportunities are changing, we need a fresh mindset. I believe two very important things. First quotation is from Dr. Wayne Dyer. I deeply love him. He's no more on this planet, but his teachings are still with us. He said, there is no shortage of opportunities. There is no shortage of opportunities to make a living at what you love doing. There is only a shortage of resolve to make it happen. There is only a shortage of resolve to make it happen. You want to, and this is what I did when I returned back from the UK in 2007, back to India. I wanted to be a motivational speaker. A lot of people asked me what that is. They said, oh, it's a great hobby, but what are you going to do for a living, right? Somebody I knew very, very dear to me, I said, speaker banane. Ahooja wale bahut achhe banande hain Ludhiane ch. Unna na mukabla karna. I said, no, speaker banane nahi hai, speaker banna hai. I don't have to manufacture speakers. I want to be one. But think, so you can create, you can identify what your strengths are. You can be dynamic at it, and then you can create a business out of it or create a career out of it, right? There is no shortage of opportunities to make a living out of things that you love doing. There is only a shortage of resolve to make it happen. Look at the number of stand-up comedians we have in this country. There's been an explosion over the last 5-6 years. Ex-IITians, ex-IIM guys, people who were doing well in their careers, left their jobs to be stand-up comedians. That does not mean I'm inspiring you all to go out and be stand-up comedy, but do your act, do your thing, find what your thing is, and go and do that. But until you get a chance to do that, become very good at what you're doing right now, today, here. Do you love what you're doing in terms of studies and all that? Do you gamify it? Is this a burden to you, or do you enjoy it? It depends upon how you perceive it, right? You can make it fun. I could make this presentation boring right here, right now, right? Or I could make it fun. What will I enjoy more? That's a question. I'll enjoy the boring part or the fun part? Fun part, right? And therefore, think about what you're doing today and get very good at something. Take a deep breath in, please. Because this is number one career tip. I will get very good at something. I don't care what it is. As long as you figure it out and you excel at it. Do you handle a stage very well? Are you a very good engineer, designer, architect, graphic designer, movie editor, Instagram person? I don't know. Pick something and get very good at it. The world cannot ignore you then. The world does not have an option then. They don't have an option. They cannot afford to ignore you anymore. Heard the story about a ship which broke down and the captain tried everything. Engine didn't work, not cooperating, right? So he calls his friend. He said, hey, SOS, my engine's not working. I've tried calling everybody. He said, oh, call that guy, the specialist of engine breakdowns. Really? Give me his number. So he gives him his number. Captain immediately picks up the phone and dials that guy who is the engine breakdown specialist. Specialist comes in. He's dressed up nice. He's carrying his little briefcase, tool case. He walks in style. You should be proud of what you do, yes or no? Proud of your appearance, proud of your grooming, proud of who you are. And the captain shows him around, said, this is the engine. So many people have come before you. They've not been able to do something. He said, okay, give me some time. Let me take a look. He takes 45 minutes looking around, and then pulls out, opens his toolkit, nicely polished, clean tools. Everything is nice and clean. Takes out a little hammer, one part of the ship, and he bangs the one part of the engine twice with his hammer. Brrr, the engine roars back to life. Captain says, "Me lord, thank you very much. You've saved our life." Sir, you're very welcome. This is what I do. I'm a specialist at solving problems. Send me your invoice in the mail, says the captain. Okay. Month later, the invoice arrives. $10,000. Captain is, oh my God, outrageous. How can you charge so much money? I need to call this guy right now and ask him, how did you make this bill here? I need itemization. Break it down for me. What are you charging me $10,000 for? I said, all right. You came in here, just spent 30 minutes, tapped the one part twice with your hammer, you charge me $10,000. Fine, relax, I'll give you itemized bill. Tapping the part of the engine twice with my hammer, $2. Knowing where to tap, $9,998. Thank you very much. Comes the bill. I will get very good at something. Excel at something, guys. That's my top career tip to you. All right? The second quotation, the second very inspiring line of thought in career development comes from Howard Thurman, who said, don't ask what the world needs. What did he say?
Don't ask what the world needs.
And this is the first question we ask, right? Demand mein kya hai? Trending kya hai? What should I be doing? No. He says, don't ask. Ask what makes you come alive. Ask what makes you come alive, and go and do that, because what the world needs is people who have come alive. Don't ask what the world needs. Ask what makes you come alive, and go and do that, because what the world needs is people who have come alive. The world does not need any more zombies. I see a lot of zombies in school hallways these days. Some youngsters don't even want to pick up their feet while they walk, so they just drag them. मेरा क्या होगा? मेरा क्या होगा? Right? Don't be one of those. Be the one who's come alive. Right? Find something. And that's my career tip to you. Discover your strengths, number one. Before I take your questions, number one, discover your strengths. There are many ways to do it. Ask people around you, ask your friends, ask your parents, ask your teachers, ask your counselors. So what do you think I'm really good at? Ask this. There are online tests available. I took the one, it's called the Strength Finder Test. Clifton Strength Finder Test. It's a psychological testing thing available online. You take it, they give you your 5 strength themes. What are your top 5 strengths? Learn them, understand them, very, very helpful. Do test self-reflection, very powerful way of finding out what your strengths are. Sit down with yourself and think, when was I feeling the most confident in my life? Think about that. Was it sports? Was it on stage? Was it you were out to get sponsorship for your school newsletter? What was it? When was I feeling the most confident? Think about it. Are you all there in that moment? What were you doing? Sit down and write when you get time later on. That's how you will discover your strengths. Was there a difficult situation somewhere which no one could handle and I handled it? What was that situation? What did I do? That's probably my strength. Was there somebody who was feeling very pessimistic, sad about life? I lifted them up. That's probably my strength. Was there a fight going on between 2 people? I helped them calm down. That's probably a strength. First, discover your strengths. Then we'll talk about how you can use them. You with me on this? Right? Was it on the sports? Am I a good leader? Can I grab other people's attention without grabbing their collar? Right? Because leadership is not intimidation, it is invitation. What is it? Invitation. Leadership is not intimidation, it is invitation. I have this plan. Will you come with me? I want to launch this business. Will you be my partner? So this is what Mark Zuckerberg did with the Winklevoss brothers when they were, if you watched, what's it called? What's the movie called? Social Network? What's it called? Social Network, right? And watch that stuff. That's very important for career planning as well. Watch good stuff. Create your menu of what you want to watch online. What Netflix series should I be watching which are not garbage? I don't want murder, serial killers and all that stuff. No. Why do you want to watch that? Why would you enjoy seeing people being killed and chopped off and that? That's nonsense. That's sick. That stuff is. I want to watch how companies run. I want to watch how countries run. I want to watch how problems are solved, how businesses are run, how strong families are made, how sports teams are made. I want to watch that. Create your own menu. Make sense? What should you be watching? What book should I be reading? Who should I be hanging out with? The Losers Club or the Winners Club? Where do you hang out? Who do you hang out with? Losers or winners? Right? Ducks or eagles? Who do you hang out with? Question, ducks or eagles? What are the ducks doing all the time? Make the sound. Those are very sad ducks. They are ducks who are about to be butchered for meat. They lost all energy for life. Come on, give me a good duck. This is a better duck. Give me a motivated duck. Now, this is what ducks do all the time. They do what?
Quack, quack, quack.
You know what this quack, quack, quack is? It's complaining. Nothing's going well in my life. I don't think anything is going well in your life. Nothing is good in this country. Nothing is good. Nothing's good. Life is not good. Why was I even born? Why did I even take birth on this planet? What is the whole purpose of all this? Quack, 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 quack. What happens? Ducks attract other ducks. One duck sees another duck say, wow, quack, 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 quack. Brother, same species. Why don't we hang out together? So the ducks have a little club, right? What's it called? The Losers Club. Because they're complaining. They have competitions. Who's the biggest loser of them all? Who's the biggest complainer of them all? Don't join the Ducks Club. Be an eagle. What sound eagles make? You probably don't hear them, don't you? You probably don't. That's a crow. Cow. But thanks. You probably don't hear the eagles, do you? You don't hear the eagles. They fly high above the nonsense. They have sharp eyesight. They look at their prey. They're very purposeful. They don't like they're making noise. They just look at their prey. They focus on the prey. They zoom, pick it up, go home, enjoy, have a nice lunch or dinner. Thank you very much. king of the skies. What do you want? What else do you want in life? Huh? Don't be a duck, be an eagle. Who do you hang out with? Ducks or eagles? If you hang out with somebody who says, कुछ नहीं होने वाला, तेरा कुछ नहीं होने वाला, मेरा कुछ नहीं होने वाला, देश का कुछ नहीं होने वाला, future बर्बाद है, सब बर्बाद है. And very soon you will be like mimicking their story. All right? Your reality is shaped by your story. Write it down, please. Your reality is shaped by the story you believe in. What story do you believe in? A lot of people are not happy with their present. Oh, why am I in Jalandhar? I should have been in another city, in another schools, in some other subjects. Why did I choose these subjects? What am I doing here? No, be happy with your present. Take a deep breath in, please. Repeat after me. I will make peace with my present. Do you understand what that means? A lot of people are fighting with their present moment. I would want to change this, want to change that. If I look the other way, that would be better. If I was born in a different family, that would be better, etc. Stop wasting your power. Stop wasting the opportunity that you have. Make peace with whatever you have. Ever played a game of cards? And it doesn't matter what you have. It's how well you play it. You get it? Do you get this? A lot of you will spend the rest of your life complaining about, why did I get these cards? Some of you will say, God, thank you very much. These are the cards I have. And now watch me, over to me. You've done your job, I'll do mine. And my job is, I will play the best hand with these cards. Professor Randy Pausch, he said this in his talk called The Last Lecture. Very powerful talk. You've heard? You've listened to it? Yeah, please share it with the rest of you. Oh, wow. Well, then you should listen to the talk as well, because the book was created after the talk. Professor Randy Pausch, Last Lecture, died of cancer, young professor, gave a talk before he died, before he passed away. Very powerful talk, changed my life in the right direction. He said this, it doesn't matter the cards you are dealt. What matters is how you play the hand. A lot of people are complaining about the cards they have. Ye nahi hai, wo nahi hai, if I have this. No. How well are you playing the game and what you have? So that will lay the foundation for a good career. All right? Discover your strengths. Number 2, get practical exposure. How many medical students here? Raise your hands. You've chosen medicine, okay. Engineering, non-medical, raise your hands. Good. How many factories have you visited? Are you IT or, well, you don't know yet, you're 10 plus 2, right? How many factories have you visited? How many software companies have you visited? How many hospitals have you been to, guys? Medical guys, where are you? Once again. Yeah. How many doctors have you spent time with? How many surgeons have you met? How many surgeons did you go and say, please, can I just observe how you deal with your patients? Can I just shadow you for one day? How many commerce students here? Raise your hands, please. How many of you have spent time with a real chartered accountant in their office? How many of you been to company executive board meetings? How many of you been to a stock market? Been with a stock trader? This is your challenge. You want a good career? Get practical exposure. Go out and look for the people who are 5 or 10 steps ahead of you. Get your connections, ask your parents, ask your teachers, use LinkedIn. How many of you are on LinkedIn? Raise your hands. Good job. Everybody else, can you please sign up for LinkedIn? Social media platform that you should be on, not Instagram. Instagram will not get you anywhere. It's all fake people with fake... I'm not fake, by the way. I'm also on Instagram. I don't use filters. Chirag, do we use filters? Absolutely. Say no. Yeah, thank you. Right. LinkedIn is the social media platform you should be on. Use LinkedIn, use your parents, teachers, wherever, go beg, borrow, steal, say, can I shadow you for a day? Go with the top lawyer of the city, say, sir, can I spend time with you one day? They'll be happy to. Go, you want to be a politician? Go talk to your local MP, go talk to your local MLA. They do that too. It's happening here in your cities, it's happening in other cities too. I know students from Doon School who went for internships, 2 real sitting MPs and sitting MLAs. They're happy to take them and say, okay, see how the office works, do something. You want to be a journalist? Go do that. Go to Times of India, Indian Express, other places and get, so make sense? Get practical exposure. What was number 1? Discover your strengths. Number 2, get practical exposure. Internships. Anybody had an internship so far? Well, you don't have time, but when you get a break after 10 plus 2 examination, go and sign up for an internship. Start from the bottom. You know what the strength is about starting from the bottom? You know what the beauty is? When you rise up, people cannot befool you. You understand this? The strength of starting from the bottom of anything is when you rise up, people cannot befool you. If you run a restaurant, anybody in the restaurant business, your family in the restaurant business, go into the restaurant, see how the cashier till works. How are they putting in the bills? How are they taking the cash? How are they returning it? Go to the dishwashing, see how they're doing the dishes. Very important. If you do it yourself, you can't have anybody else coming into your restaurant tomorrow and sending out dishes which are dirty or stealing cash from your restaurant. You need this. Remember the 3 C's of success: communication, common sense, clarity. Common sense tabhi aayegi beta when you roll up your sleeves. This is only for a decoration. Or take off the jacket, roll up the sleeves and get to work. People who do that, they are the ones who actually make a difference. Every single top person that you admire in any field, give me some names. People that you admire, successful people that you admire. Give me some names. Okay. Give me more. Just one Warren Buffett here. Come on. People that you admire. All right. Simerjeet Singh. Fill in the blanks. Come on. Make it easy for them. Everybody that you admire has been through a tough, challenging time themselves. You do that, it won't be easy. If you're always in a protected environment, you can't figure out what's going on behind your back. So get practical exposure. Internships. Freelancers. Any freelancer here? Can you write? You get paid. Anybody earned some money here so far? Good job. Round of applause for these guys. Woohoo! Like real money, not fake currency. My daughter asked me the other day, Dad, can you pick up some fake currency? She has an activity in school. Is it real money? Good job. Yeah, write. I need writers at my company. Drop us a message. Contact Chirag after you're done. If you write well, if I send you a photograph and you can write a post for us, we give you a freelance job. We pay you per post. If I give you a photograph, you can make it look nicer, put some title on it and design it. Canva. How many are familiar with Canva? You should all be familiar with Canva, right? You can do basic SEO. You can do video editing, things like that. Make some money, guys, on the side. I don't care. Your parents might be billionaires. That's great. But make some money. Because when you make your own money, it's addiction. It gives you strength of character. It gives you confidence. I did this. All right? Make some money. Freelancing, great option. There are platforms available like Odesk and many others that you can sign up on. If you're good at a skill, people can hire you across the world. My website was put together by a writer sitting in the US, designer sitting in Philippines, SEO guy sitting here in Jalandhar. So many people came together and you can hire them and you can be hired too. So try that, right? Make sense? That's how you create a good career. A good career will not be served to you on a platter. Hello, Mr. What's your name? Ruhan. I have heard you have very good problem-solving skills. I was sleeping last night and I had a dream that you will be the best CEO ever for my new startup. Therefore, I traveled all the way from Hyderabad to Jalandhar to hire you. Not going to happen. All right? Reverse. Ruhan goes on to LinkedIn, posts something nice every week or something, builds a network, talks about his skills, does an internship, and then some fellow says, interesting. You might be a good fit for our business, right? That's how good luck happens. Would you like to be lucky in your life, sir? Yeah? Yes. How many of you would like to be lucky in your life? Raise your hands. Others don't believe in luck? No? See, if you raise your hand like this, the lady luck will not smile on you. She's like, make up your mind. Do you want me or not? I'm like, yeah, I want to be. You want to be lucky in your life? It's a combination of two things. Preparation and hard work. Preparation, when the preparation and opportunities meet, that's what is good luck. The ancient Greek philosopher Seneca said this, when preparation meets opportunities, people say, oh, he was lucky, but they forget. She or him, they got the opportunity, but they were also prepared. A lot of people I know get opportunities, but they are not prepared. You know how a lot of people work? Show me the opportunity, then I'll prepare. Tell me what's going to happen in Coach on campus, then I'll go. It's a combination of your preparation and opportunities come, and then you get lucky. All right? Number 3, why do people make money? Or how do people make money?
Being good at something.
Okay.
By jobs.
By jobs?
By providing someone what they need.
We're getting closer.
Following your passion.
If you're hired by a company or you launch your own company, why should anybody give you money?
Because we are solving a problem or we
Aha.
are making things easier.
Box of chocolates I wish I could give you, but only one for now. Here we go. Give him a round of applause. We get paid for the problems we solve. Everybody out loud, please. We get paid for the problems we solve. The bigger problems we solve, the more money we make. The more complex problems you solve, the more money you make. Right? What is Swiggy doing? Solving a problem, right? You had to go to the restaurant, pick up money. Now you just order it. They're solving a problem. What's Ola doing? Solving a problem. What's the best heart surgeon in the city doing? Solving a very big problem. My bachalo, right? What's the top lawyer of the city doing? Solving big problems, right? Think about this. The bigger problems you solve, the more money you make. Education is nothing but a tool to help you solve problems. You want to have good careers? Learn to become a problem solver and learn it now. While you're in school, learn it now. Otherwise, there are no jobs that pay you where you turn up, you show up, you don't solve a problem. They say, all right, we're so lucky to have you. Money in the bank. No. That's not how it works. This is called reality. Reality says, solve my problems, I give you money. Solve my bigger problems, I give you more money. That's how the market works, all right? So the problem with most of us is we're not trying enough and we don't stick, we don't persist, we give up too quickly. That's our challenge, all of us. Whatever you start, you give up too quickly. Improving communication skills, talk to 30 strangers in 30 days, but I give up too quickly. A weight loss plan, health and fitness plan, give up too quickly. Right? Any plan, I give up too quickly. Don't give up too quickly, please. Stick with it. I understand the challenge is a generational challenge, which is you're used to take out your ATM card, put a 4-digit PIN number in, money comes out, grrr, even if it's not yours. Back in our day, to queue up, get a token, by the time your turn comes, sir, lunch break ho gayi. To get your own money from your own bank, it was a headache. Things have changed now, but life still works the same old way, which means you'll need time, you'll need the efforts, so stick with the problem. Stick with the problem. This is the number one quality of problem solvers. Take a deep breath in and remind yourself, I will learn to stick with my problems. It doesn't mean you say always you are welcoming problems. Come on, problems, stick with me. That means problems that come to you, you stick with them until you solve them, right? Go and watch that video on YouTube we created on problem solving, in-depth analysis, which will be there on the top right-hand side corner. Obviously, you guys can't see the top right-hand side corner, but when it's launched on YouTube, you will, but that's a more in-depth. So let's do a recap. Number 1, discover your strengths. Number 2, get practical exposure. Number 3, become a problem solver now. Number 4, don't be afraid to make unconventional choices. Don't be afraid to make unconventional choices. How many commerce students here? Once again, raise your hands. How many of you will go in for hotel management after what you do? Oh, all of them. One might. That's good. I like that. How many of you would go to the airline industry after you do? Yeah, the things like that. Keep all options open. You could. I share with you an interesting story. Want to listen to a story? Personal story? Some of you are not sure, so I'll just carry on.
No, sir, we want your story.
Are you sure? Yes. So after 10 plus 2, and before I get my admission into BCom first year, there was a 3 or 4 month break in between. I'm a commerce student myself, which was also an unconventional choice, by the way, because I come from a family of doctors. But anyway, I won't go into that now. So everybody's like, commerce, okay, pata nahi ki ho gaya. But anyway, so there are 3 months of break in between, and there are 2 things that I do in the 3 months break. I go to the gym in the morning with my friend, and then I come back and sleep. And then this one particular morning, after I'm catching up on my dear sleep, 7 o'clock, my friend comes in. उठ यार, क्यों है? फॉर्म भरना है. कौन सा फॉर्म भरना है? Hotel management. So what is it? Forget what it is. Test is happening in Chandigarh. We'll go to Chandigarh, घूम कर आएंगे यार. Okay, तेरे तो मामा जी भी रहते वहाँ पे. He's already all planned out. He's planned out where we are gonna stay. Everything is mapped out. So I said, okay, fine. I've bought your form also. You just need to sign. I don't know what the hotel management thing is. He's paid for I just sign and there is a test happening somewhere. We don't obviously prepare for the test. Remember this, in life, the test that you least prepare for, you'll do very well. Don't follow this advice. Right? We show up at the test and there are people who've actually studied for the test. And I'm like, Salin Mahajan, my friend, what's going on? तुम मस्त रहना यार. और बाहर बच्चे नोट्स लेकर पढ़ रहे हैं, recap कर रहे हैं, एक दूसरे से practice कर रहे हैं for hotel management test. I see all these kids, army kids, and everywhere they've come up. Chandigarh is the only center for North India. Kids from Haryana, Himachal, Punjab, everywhere come to Chandigarh. What is this? हम तो घूमने आए हैं, तो सब लोग actual test देने आए हैं. Let's go anyway. We went in. Sometimes your presence in mind. Remember the three things? Common sense, communication skills, and clarity. It will really help you, but take this advice with caution. Huh? So I went in. I attempted general knowledge. I was pretty decent at it. I would read up on current affairs and things like that. English, reasoning, analytical skills, all going well. So pretty good attempt. Then comes my dear old friend, mathematics. How many of you have a little bit issue with that friend there, right? I have a big issue, right? So I said, okay, we go the old-fashioned way. What is the old-fashioned way? Ukkad, bukkad, bambe, bo. Or in the English language, it is eeny, meeny, miny, mo, right? I said, okay, this makes a little bit of sense. This makes a little bit of sense. Don't try this. So I did it. A result comes in. My friend did not get through. Yours sincerely got through. I got through hotel management exam. My friend who was so passionate about it, he didn't get through. Interview comes in. I go to the interview. My parents don't know about this so far. And I come back home with the letter of admission in Chandigarh. So there's this whole debate about whether I should go or not. My parents, their decision-making parameter was what? They did not go and, like your parents must be very diligent. We should go visit the college. We should, etc., etc. In my entire city, I had one guy who had done hotel management. And when I knocked at his home, he was not there. So I had zero advice. My parents used only one parameter. Teri company kharab ho rahi hai shehar mein. You should go. My biggest decision of my life was made on this factor. I went, my whole life changed. It's a long story. We don't have time for that. Go on to YouTube, watch it. It changed the course of my life. From commerce to hotel management. What I'm trying to tell you is this. Don't be afraid to make unconventional choices. I will not be afraid to make unconventional choices. Somebody has to create the path. And you know what? When one person solves the puzzle, what happens? Suddenly it becomes easier. You do something new, suddenly becomes easier for others. You with me on this? So don't just follow the rat race blindly. Everybody else is doing this, I should go do this. No. Dare to be different. Dare to try something new. And then finally understand this also. You will have multiple careers. Mark my words. Keep in touch. 10 years from now, 20 years from now, drop me a message. I guarantee you, you will not spend your entire life in one career only. You'll start off as this, and then you'll do this, and then you'll do something else. Your generation will have on an average 2 to 3 careers. In your 50s, you'll pick something else. In your 40s, you're going to do something else. In your 20s, you might do something else. And that's okay. That's the new economy we live in. These are my top career tips for you guys. I hope these made sense. I hope you were able to take something away from them. All right, wonderful. This has been a great audience here today.